Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. It be on the ground. It be on the grand. It be on the grand. Rising. It be on the grand. It be on the grand. It be on the grand. Rising. Can't sound like that. Really. In case any of you beautiful beloveds cough, you got that cough? Y'all got that cough? Let's have cough talk. You know it's temple talk. Temple talk. We just ain't Duke walking with it. I'm gonna go get him. He's a little anxious, but got his new little food coming in, so he can food just get it with your intake. You know what I'm saying? So you watch them dogs and these animals when they do their intake, how they act and stuff. And, they nails and hair and stuff, how they be looking good. Shit, that made me. I was like, you change your food up and everything. You out here looking all good. Let me go change me up. Temple talk. We're gonna do about a couple of layers on it, beloveds. First of all, may I say, please, thank you, and humbly respect to so many out there that make content, bring their expression to video, and to those who don't get the kudos for bringing truth to power, speaking your opinion, because it matters, and your logic and sensories that many of us feel that we have to be in this particular position, that we know we still honor in so many ways, but understand why this is happening right now, because the positions that we're talking about that many held have been tainted, right? Overly corrupted. I put this out in a post. Many of y'all read, hopefully. And if you haven't, I posted that. And so because of that, in spirit and in our souls and mind and hearts, our force knows that, our source knows that. So how do you balance it out? You have to go through this process where they're cleaning it out, right? And through going through that, knowing that it's at the top of our pyramid, right? So it's a trickle down effect, so that in that aspect of cleaning it up, that's why we say we keep rolling. Why? Because it's not that the system has to stop. It just has to alternate how it's working, because what we had in place is tainted. It's corrupt. It is what it is, all right? And hard pill to swallow and accept, but we're making it easier. Pay attention. When so many of us hearts and minds who know how to do this, who watched enough of CNN, Fox, and BBC. I love news. I'll never turn it off because it's information. You have to determine good or bad, and that's where people say, turn the news off. A bow-legged little midget, Dogon, was turn the news off. Why? Because they can't discern, you know what I'm saying? Now, will we make mistakes because folks will lead you wrong, Yeah, but understand this, watch this. That's part of also the process, because if it's righteous, in the righteous tone that the righteous eyes are looking, that'll work itself out. See, these people, somebody, they did stuff, put information out there, propaganda, just to mislead us, and then for some of us to jump, me, myself, not, because knowing we're one of them. We're one of them to, feel that we know what we say hold weight. So put some misleading on that stuff. He says, but they don't understand. My pride and ego don't work like this. See what I'm talking about? When I'm wrong, I got no problem coming to the podium, coming in here. I was wrong. And I have no problem apologizing. That's one of my best. That's when I operate, but they don't. See how they go? When you corrupt and just a selfish individual, because that's what you're seeing. Hard to operate back over here in that lane. And that's what a lot of them find themselves. That's why they won't come to the podium. It's coming to the podium, oh, still vote for me. I know my party did this, but they ain't even saying that. And that's why you're going to lose. That's why you're going to continue having losing efforts. And you know it because you're not coming to the realization that, yeah, we stink. They smell us. They smell us. You just keep doing the same thing. Well, but see there? See over there? No, that's what it means. You run the world, but you taking this personal. You one of the cogwheels that run the world, and you taking this personal. See over there? No, we're talking about the corruption within the job. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm talking about? So the point, getting to the topic, our beloved, one of the awareness that came to me, beloved used, and I'm gonna try to my best to make these short, at least on the 15th, so let's work. The beloved got a beautiful color, I'm gonna say Magnus couple, my twin flames, real twin flames. But let me get back. One hit on one. So we going through this and it looks awkward, seems awkward, but it's truthful and real. And so many independent, Esquire, Maxwell, all of them, Tatum. It don't matter if I like you or not, but so many of them, or not. I don't work on like I like you or not. I like everybody. There's something to like about everybody, but you know our behaviors. You know, just turn like my behaviors turns y'all out sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So. Same thing. So you just disengage if it turns you off. See what I'm talking about? It's not that I don't like you or nothing. It's just, you know, some things you say or whatever. It's like, okay. And I'm definitely not going to take shade because it ain't going to do it. It ain't going to work with me. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm not the one who's. So, but the reason why the independence and this is so valued and folks, and we're listening and we're hearing to folks outside of mainstream of what we thought, because mainstream has failed us in so many ways. Mainstream knew they rub elbows with some of these corrupt, nasty. Don't let it get some of them fools is over there at the island. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. So, the independence important is to show ourselves, those who are commonaires on this lower line, you have a duty and job too, to hold this responsible. See what I'm talking about? Don't fool yourselves. And if we're doing the right thing because we're taking advantage of what allows us to be independent. And the instruments been around us, the tools of the trade been around us all that. We just, I can damn near look like a journalist. So much easier. Back in the day, it was easier. Go check out how Geraldo moved around and so many of the old schools. And they would go back in the day, they go get the news. When it was open, go get the news, and they get to choose and pick what news they give it to, the information. Hey, look, I got, and such having Iran Contra or whatever it was. And then, hey, I'm gonna go to ABC and sell the story. You see what I'm talking about? Where then it ran to that independence. It was independent, but then it ran into now the media took control. Many moguls knew, no, we can't let this independent go because they'll mess around and tell on us. Don't that make sense? So if I control the news, that's why you see over there at Fox, they had, no, you gotta let that news go, family. Why? Because y'all trying to control the news. And now Fox is more, you know I'm telling the truth. So the independence stimulates and continue to stimulate because it ain't like we stupid. We know how to disseminate information just as good. And then it's even better because what you got to lie for? You don't work for them. You ain't on the industry agenda, which we'll get to next. Okay? Somebody brought up red bottoms and red. That's real. All of that. Symbolizing. The disturbing thing is the amount of people who don't believe cannibalism, and folks are practicing and doing that stuff still. It'll come out because it'll come around my channel because people know more about it. So I will post it up and you will see and you do your own research. This is what we're about. So we don't stay stuck and stupid. Lastly, know where your children at. Beloved showed me an app where they monitor his children and stuff, where they at, they getting the wreck and they teenagers and stuff like that, but he can quickly monitor. So if that's app out there, beloved, get that app if you got young children in your household. Now. You yourself, women, even though you strong, this, that, woo, I'm saying women, walking at the park at night and stuff like that. And I know you got your little knife or gun, whatever, but let me tell you something. These folks thirsty. What else will come out is like I put out, there was a reason why President Trump came with that Amber Alert. Now you know. I'm not going to make the assessment for you on how I see the man. You have to make it for yourself. What I'm going to do is give you clues and gems. Yeah, he was around the man. Yeah, he liked women. What woman don't? What man don't? You know what I'm saying? Especially back in them days, all right? How he went, I could care less. Abraham Lincoln said something. When they was fighting. When he was fighting, what's that, Lincoln, that movie I like. I'm going to go watch that movie if I can find it on Tubi. Abraham said, he told his cabinet when the cabinet said they couldn't do something, right? And Abe looked at them fools and said, I'm a man that holds immense power. Should nothing stop us from doing. Don't tell me what we can't do. So off of that, when you looking at the file on Epstein, every person that is prominent is somebody. It's almost had to go through Epstein to be solidified, be able to do business, whatever, whether on top or under the cover. So in a way, it implicates a lot of people, but a lot of people weren't really on that level of Epstein. See what I'm talking about? So we do have to be very, very careful and discerning on what many people's purpose was around Epstein. How much you was around him. What was, you see what I'm talking about? Do we demonize folks? Pay attention, just pay attention. I'm rich. I know you this and this and this. I've heard this and this and this. Pay attention. But I'm a man and I'm rich. Or I'm a woman, I'm rich. Pay attention, beloved. It's not no wonder to me, Victoria's Secret and this model agent, every model agency, don't shock me. Been like that, man. That's one of the most dangerous jobs for our women in this society. Most dangerous. I don't care what you see on that picture. Oh, she's gorgeous and this and that, man. And I'm empathetic because, yeah, we sign up for these things, but a lot of these young ladies don't know what they signing up for. You heard Miss Guthrie. She didn't know what she was signing up for. And then you imagine that's the most egregious, you know what I'm saying? So then these other young ladies who's going to be, you can't damage as much because they're going to be in front of the picture, you got covering it up. You see what I'm talking about? They go through way more because the traumatic experience is you see what I'm talking about? So the point I get is, you know somebody and they can do things. They can pull strings, da-da-da. And you know that some stuff on them. Think about this. A lot of blackmailing. You're in this trouble. Epstein got in a pickle. You in this trouble and people knowing this out. And if you don't want a lot of more of this stuff to come out, can I use a plane? Hey, we need 5 of your best top models come through. Come on now. It ain't no different of why I know that in them communities where ICE want to go in and they know them high kingpin drug dealers and stuff living beautiful, way better than any American that's supposed to be living like that, right next to these type of folks. And it's a sanctuary. Now you can't come in here because you take my drug dealer out and my this and that. I ain't. Well, I'm gonna get my discount stuff from or free. What you dealing with? I bring that up because thank you to my vanilla sister out there who I listened to this morning, and she gave me the gems. We knew how far it went to the royal side. We were just sitting back watching it fall apart itself. People getting sick, cancer, whatever. Never expected it to speak or woo. It did what it did, come around, da-da-da. Seen it for what it was. But I said it before, when you sit in this position that I do and you understand that you got to move, the temperance is going to be judged off you. They know. That's all I can say. Like the divine said, they know. They know history. They know what they are and what they're not compared to what is here. Everything that has been said, they know, righteous and true. But you can't, the clock, like, there's things you can correct, fix, but then there's things that on our side, humanity side, but there's things that Most High and time, the force got to fix itself. Like Quan said, I understood everybody, every race or however we look at it, every type of us gonna have their chance to lead. It's over time. You look at time, it's over time, right? To be a super whatever, yeah, they change. And so this particular time, yeah, it's gonna change. Folks know it. Just working hard for it not to change, or where do we fit in? And that's why I'm here. But like, you fit in with the change. You part of the change. We all are. Don't. I know what you see. There's some strong black folks out here that, speak, crazy and all that stuff, and they the devil, and calling certain people devils and all that stuff when they act just as devilish against their own people. That's why I'm here, because I'm the one that can point the finger. I can't choose a side, like I told him in the beginning. How you choose a side when we all one? We just don't know it. A lot of folks just don't know it. But I can't ride on the energy because people don't know it. So because people don't know it, choose a side and kill all these people. I did just as stupid as that, and now I'm reversing what I do know to belittle. That's what they said. That's what they tell you. Don't shrink yourself to fit in. I can't fit in that box. That's an idiotic box. Let me show you how idiotic it is. I'm going to the store and I got two beautiful vanilla elders, ladies. I'm looking in their eyes. I'm feeling they ain't looking at me like I'm like me and new. No, we in an open conversation. We talking about technology and all that stuff, and said one thing and that spread into a 15-minute conversation. It's so beautiful. So you had 3 people talking about something. That means them 3 people gonna talk to another 3 people. Them 3 something, and it just domino effect. So I know better. Thank you, Najee, and the beloved beautiful one. Yeah. And y'all bring something out. So I can ensure that everybody know who you are. They know who you are, but y'all stay afloat with what I'm talking about. So your perception and your perspective can go run it even further. So yeah, we done playing these games with folks. We just gonna keep putting things on people's mind. Brain banging. It's the secret weapon. The best weapon ever given to us is us. Human resource. You don't believe me? Ask any secret squirrel agency. Go into their files, go into all their stuff, and you'll see. You don't believe me, then you lost in the sauce anyway. I'm a 24-year vet. That's my job, type of job. I just didn't do it to their highest level, but outside looking in, work side by side with them, They gave me sequel squirrel stuff, and my head be blown away. And then as time go by, I'm able to analyze, that's our secret squirrel stuff. And the birds falling out the sky. Oh, okay, yes. Be careful. This is a warning. I can't throw threats because it's not me that's gonna put that pressure on anybody. It's not me that's gonna. My hands are totally different from your hands. Understand that? My hands go off of how he feel, what he want, and it activates. Beloved, you down here that a hand just like me in so many ways, understand I'm an arm and a hand. I'm the total package. And I'm not patting myself on the back or none of that. There are high level folks, power structures that adhere to what's going on. Yeah. And they know who I am. And they know God ain't lying. And they've come to see God is real if they didn't know. Or that they couldn't win against this God given power, gifted, right? So therefore, they've gotten on God's side. Don't allow yourself to think people don't want to live. Don't value their life. You can't fight something you can't see. Haunting feelings, brain fog confusion, illnesses, elements that one try to send to somebody else, and when they say, reverse that, go on, send that back, please. Not realizing who I'm asking to send that back. I ain't just asking no any old body. Folks realizing that. I work for Most High, and Most High reciprocate. That's the difference between me and you. A lot of y'all don't know how to reciprocate. Me and Most High reciprocate very well. Very well. Very well. So, what I want, I get. Now notice the power. Well, why you don't ask for this and why you... Because superficial stuff, Most High look at us like, I'm going to give you what you need. I know what your wants desire. But are you ready for a house like this and a car like this and use it in a way that is effective for what you work for, what you work for. So those pastors and ministers and Donnie, I love some Donnie, you know what I'm saying? You beautiful ones that go with the evolution of what we doing, the science of it, the alchemy of it. That's your purpose. Yes, my pastor should look good and represent themselves in such a fashion that makes me, influences my mind, my heart, that I'm in the right place. Yes. But to the point where that I'm now a showcase, where that I'm now a dog and pony show is bringing you in. That's not genuine. I got to put on, and Most High should never have to put on. Most High, we all adhere to come as you are, but come in your best. Come in your best. Come in your best don't mean I got to go get better than this. You see what Pastor Jacob, he had them alligator shoes. Them 2025s. See what I'm talking about? Competition. I got to outdo your church. I'm lying? My church got a bigger. That was a 1.5 million? All right, make ours 1.6. ain't competing. We competing for godly energy. And that's not how it should be. Everybody know I'm telling nothing but the truth. We look, take our focus off of God, because we all looking at, oh, you see what Leslie got on? Ooh, she got that Gucci hat. Oh, you see what she got on? Why she wear that tight dress to church? That ain't no church dress. I bet they all, she just there. Oh, hair fine. Oh, yeah. You see how much he put in that? He ain't even put, he put $5 in it. When he took the money out of his pocket, I seen $200. He put $5 in it. You see what the pastor's wife wearing? How dare it? You know that day ain't nobody get no message. See this way? We be thinking we give, and pastor be giving out some great messages probably. Ain't nobody getting no message, because distractions, all the distractions, all of them. And our minds be thinking, nah, I go Sean, I go to church, and no, you don't. No, you don't. Ain't nobody. Church has become entertaining for folks. So you wondering why I don't go up in there. One, I thank you for the influence. I really do. But Sean's not. We didn't start with what we know in no church. We built foundations to construct a discipline of religion, a safe haven. That's what it was for. A safe haven for those who didn't have one on the out because they were being ridiculed, talked about, or whatever. You know, how dare you display God in the open out? You better go in that church or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Because you get hung and stuff like that for believing and stuff like that back in them days. Killed, burnt on the stake. All right. Starting off, they considered godly people. That's why Jesus went through. He went. They considered him a witch and a warlock and all that stuff. See what I'm talking about? So, and then how did they kill him? Put him up on the stake. You say cross, but that's what it is. So we just reprogram, restructuring our mind, right? And we have all the components needed to do that. All of them. That was the point of locking Rashad up. He was successful, and I seen that when his university. And what many of us are doing is, he was real rounded and rehearsed in so much of that stuff that even those before him, Bobby, Myra, all them, you know, I have my personal feeling because of what went on. And then in that personal feeling, I understand, I want everybody to understand, I understand it was a building thing, all right? Knowing that I was the one, many of you jumped on because you wanted to be part of helping the one. And you knew you had to be, because if I'm the one, then that means you're the one, because it's recognized. So how do we get the one to be like this, or get on his path, or get on his thing? We have to agitate him. It's going, got to bring him out that comfort zone. I get that, beloved. Don't think I get that. But where I differ with you there is, you didn't know the one. If I'm the one, then you should know that I'm gonna activate in a godly way, where that respectfully, if you come at me in the physical like we should have, and talk to me and the agenda and stuff, no matter what somebody powerful over here was wanting to do, and being the one, I'm the one. Ain't nobody gonna F with you. And if they do, they're gonna get the same thing that, you know what I'm saying? Because anything that I like, care, love, then I can put that call of, you protected. That's why so many are still protected. And knowing fully well what they did, but, still, there's a purpose for them in so many ways. Not mine, most high. See what I'm talking about? So we really understood that. So, but, if this is something that happened in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about? 60s, then totally understand, because we're not advanced in the mind to understand. So did this happen now? So it makes me, you can get on that computer, you can make the computer do all this. We see this, and we do all this, and then come back and tell somebody, hey, I can teach you AI that. So if you can do that, you smart enough, and you got all that, then you lost the common sense ability to just, hey, sir, can we talk to you? Can we sit down? Maybe take you a safe place, or take you in a place where we can talk and nothing. This is what we got going on, blah, 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 and this is what we did, think, woo. You wanted to do that, you sending stuff from Austin and experiment. Come join this experiment. Come da. And me looking at you crazy like I know who I am. I know why you want to poke on me and all that. But what's the benefit of it? What come correct with it? Because I have no problem helping humanity. I know my blood, the value of it and all that. Just like I know the value of so many of these melanated people's blood, because that's what you use to help the others that don't have it. We understand this, but there's a proper way to do it. And many know that they didn't take proper steps doing it. You're not supposed to violate what you didn't make. You're just not. Just not. It's written. You overstep God. So that's what you have to deal with. But I understand it. Most High showed me. It was necessary in some ways to go forward to, but they didn't go about it the right way. Why? Because we done dumbed ourselves down. Dumb ourselves down don't mean just equate to one people. Commoners dumb. No. Just as dumb. They the head. They leading you. Just as dumb. And you gonna say, well, how you feel? They in jail. The corruption is showing. The embezzlement. The money laundering. Why does that stuff happen? You dumb? Because you got to be. You got degrees. You've been told you're intelligent. You crossed the stage and and you got all on the wall when people go in your office full of accolades and awards. But you're in the newspaper. You're on the news. You're being exposed. You don't. But you call other people that they squeeze you, right? I'm still on that horse. They squeeze you so that you can't pay your bills, make your electric bill go sky high, make your F with your mortgage and stuff, so it can make, and then put the camera on you, spotlight on you, right? You don't can the camera. He dumb, he incapable, she incapable. They defame you because it's reverse psychology. Yeah. All right, that video one down, yo. Let's get to these other ones, y'all. Love you out there. We got room on this thing. Had to let that logic go. We're gonna Dan Lad. Let me know something. You sent me something last month. Nice little thing package. I seen it and I was gonna go to it, but I got sidetracked with the logic because it just when I get in something and I know it's the fruitful thing that complements what I'm doing. I had to tone in and stick in. So that's why I stuck with logic so much. And then there was less distractions than in the past. Y'all know. But I really do that, now that we're in a better position, y'all can show me that we are. Send me something so I can get on later or whatever. Because, like one said, we're going to rest and rejuvenate and stuff like that. Do that, take a break. Because we deserve it. Because the tone is done with it. There's so many sparks and activations out there, so I can't sit back. But many know that I ain't gonna sit back because that's what I love. That's what I love. And I'm good at it. I'm real more than good, but I won't let my head float. I just don't do that. That's dangerous. Be out here laying down with everybody. I ain't that guy, no. That's what it helps. That's the worst thing. You wondering why you don't why don't you, So people now want to get at you and stuff. People want to, I want to see what he like. And that's it. It ain't no genuine behind it. It's just, that's the shiny thing. See what I'm talking about? And so if I was telling my kids and my thing, don't be running that shiny stuff. When you see, go the other way. All right, this right here ain't nothing but a bull. So if you allow yourself, like me, any of us, effective for all of us, you allow yourself to get filled up with your head with people, oh, you this and you're great and nothing like they doing. Hey, you good? Okay. And I'm just looking at them like, yeah, what's your message though? What are you getting out of it? And I'm not belittling none of y'all. It's just that I get past that crap. I don't let that fill my head up. What it do for me is that confirms that we on the right trajectory. That's what it do. But stroke my ego and stuff like that, no. Like I told you, I had somebody stacked up with awards and stuff. Folks didn't even know I didn't even have all my awards on my uniform because it just didn't. The less I had on it, the better it was for me that I didn't have to make sure somebody looking at them, is it straight and da-da-da. They're like, just put these little whatever, how many, and go on about your business. To be when when Unc died, I put took my ribbons off and put it in the casket. That's how much. And I was still knowing, still need that suit to do things. I ain't give a damn shit. Water, what it gonna do for me? I can't put it on the counter and get something out of it. You see what I'm talking about? And so it's just a display decorations. But I give all that though, we're gonna be good. You never have to worry about if his levels change or this or that. Because that's people was wanting too. And I'll leave it with this. Like, they know I'm gonna be successful. They know we're gonna do what we gotta do. But the success to them equate like wealth and all this stuff. Whatever. It come, it come. It ain't gonna change, Sean. Right? Well, it is. It is. You gonna get a better mind feeding to yourself. Because you're gonna be like, God damn, I'm gonna open up more, go hard, peaceful, better canvas, have somebody that can take the stress off you and add, compliment you. You know, Mangus know what I'm talking about. Shout out to y'all out there. Y'all look lovely. And just be able to compliment both sides, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna be very beautiful. Not like Mangus, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna, you know, I ain't trying to woo that. No, keep it simple. Because when you do that to and then you bring a allude of if you ain't sitting like this, if you ain't like this, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? And you can't be no do as you are. That's what I love about y'all's channel. Be no do as you are. And when we bring couples in, we make it, when you can get two sides of perspective on from our X and our Y, it makes it even more beautiful. That's why I like listening to the Morrises and stuff. And, you know, so many of the couples that do it. Love that. Then it keeps focus on what the masses are not trying to do. Yeah, a lot of us are single, going through divorces, but it's purposeful because along with the construct of our atmosphere and environment that has failed us in so many ways, it's showing you're the product of the failed family structure that's supposed to be along with that. The chaos and corruption and blah, money, all that is the reason for the disbanded, because that's what they wanted. Society wanted that. I'm gonna have to go with this one because it's just on. Society wanted this. Society, a certain part of this society wanted it, and I hope you know what party of society wanted that. I want singleness. I want that so that these women get out there and be hoochie mamas, woo woo, and then now they get their hoochie mama, and then they looking around and they acting like they watch. I'm gonna lead into you, man. Just watch this. Then they looking and like they feeling like they don't compare because my B is little, my lips are little. So you out there. They didn't decided to put you out there. You single, right? So to getting out there and get in competition and get what you want, what do? Same thing as, you know, well, it's not, because it'll lead up. You go and augmentate your body and stuff so you can get in competition. I'm lying. Because women know, y'all know what men like. This disturbing. One told me, this last told me, looked at me and said, I know what you like. You know, and I'm like, it went over my head because I was like, I'm not somebody who gonna lie to myself. I just think, if I get with you, that's what I like. Because what I like is, that's gonna go over people's head. You can't tell Sean what he like or don't like. Just can't. Because I'm always gonna find something in there, and there's always gonna be something in there about what I don't like that I like. 9 times out of what you don't like is just the opposite of. So, yeah, totally. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need to be with you because you think I don't like you. So that's why I was like, that's when I should have ran away. I don't know why I didn't. But I understood self-esteem. You know, on the self-esteem can hurt both parties. Yes, most definitely. Yes. So family. Boom, boom. We can go into. And you said 15, bro. You can run. And I didn't even see the time like that. Our beloveds, we was talking about augmentation of the bodies and stuff. Dangerousness. It's good that we showing that, seeing that. No different. I look at it also in the same coming about, trend, right? Put your mind on tattoos. Tattoos started as a ritual, not so much a ritual, tribal. We honor our Samoans and those tribes, and over there in the diaspora, tribes still do it. If you know it, they do it skin, not just ink and stuff like that, but they skin and stuff. Tribal. Then the bad boys, pay attention, the rebels came about. Your bikers, stuff like that. They tribal. They tribal. They run in packs. They, you know what I'm saying? Eat like, or move like nomads in so many ways. Don't have a main foundation, but they move, right? Tribal. James Dean came in and all that. Hollywood took over. Pay attention. Now I start going, the tattoo started going commercial. What does the tattoo start, what did it transform into now, later days? Start seeing the young folks take it and misunderstood on their bodies. Why? It's those that are older and like, why you do that? What's wrong with you? Da da da. No, this is the implication. I'm misunderstood. My pain that you don't see, that I don't show you, that I hide. Do you see it? And that's why so many, not even knowing that that's what they're doing, you don't understand me. And because you don't understand me, this is what represents what you don't understand. Are you willing to take the opportunity to look? And some of us don't. We just like, oh, them tattoos, and just go on about our business, but don't ask why you got. I'm one of them. If I see tattoos, I ask them, like, well, because it means something. It's significant to them. It's a part that's inside that they want outside. So how I look at it, at one point in time, it was a art, a tribal, turned to art, turned to fascination, turned to capitalism, and then turned to as we continue on, the young people in every era of what we do will let us know what it really is. And what I seen with the young people that I was dealing with and around, and why you get that? Man, it just something deep. I went through this or that, woo, woo. Something they wouldn't talk to people, or really wouldn't. You see what I'm talking about? But there's some of us that, when you're around us, you just get to running your mouth, because we hard. Many of us are that type of people that you can't do that. That's why people do what they do. Run around, you still lay their karma, lay their issues, woo. It's not gonna work with us now, because now we understand fully. We're aware. But yeah, young folk wouldn't go deep, And then you got some that just is just fashion. It's like wearing clothes, and you see some of them cover their whole body, because your understanding your skin is just clothes. It's clothes. It's a protection layer. It's a shield. Yeah. And then the rebellious. So I bring you to that. Now move yourself to why folks are augmenting their bodies. See, the rebellious nature is showing the world, the rebellious nature. Good or bad. How dare you tell me I can't do this? How dare you can't tell me I can't look great? I seen doing it. I seen See what I'm talking about? All these people that influence that behavior. They look good, but not Cardi, all these folks, but behind, not knowing behind the closed doors. Now, many of y'all trying to show, hey, this gonna end up to a stinky butt. This gonna end up, you ain't gonna like it later, da da da. Do you understand? And people, it's the rebellious nature. Watch this. What keeps it rebellious? That radio, every time they play them songs and stuff. I'm lying. Am I lying? Yeah, that's why we did that music. That's why I had to get in that music. They know what they do. They know what they do. And that's not to say the rebellious nature ain't good, because it depends on how you look at it. I feel it's good because it's making a topic. If we didn't have it, it wouldn't be a topic. See what I'm talking about? So it's a purpose. As to helping us see the bigger picture of what's going on with us, what a lot I think helps connect the dots on what a lot of things. It helps show us that, yeah, being controlled and measured to lead you down to where. See what I'm talking about? Helps open my eyes to why Pac's eyes was like this that night. Because now I want you to sit there and say, you think they didn't know this? Pay attention. And Cat Daddy was solidified known Black Panther. Not like some of us under the cover. Don't say that right now. Don't let people know that you was taught down there in Oakland a little bit about don't you see what I'm talking about? What a Freeney said tell him in the movie? Son, you a problem. And what part of it? Nah, I ain't this, I ain't that. To be shown, yeah, you they coming at you for a reason. You know Pratt, you know this. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah. Geronimo. Yeah. So them, I say that, bring that up because, you know, you always gonna have that. God's always gonna put the best forward, gonna keep going, gonna keep molding. And we are, those of us who are, we supposed to learn off what came before us, not be glamorized by the success of a person. Yeah, I love what Pac did and all that stuff, but I don't get stuck on it, like idolize him and stuff. No, that dude was an angel and dude brought something to the table. Now, I'm and everybody else that know supposed to bound out and carry that torch in they vessel, right? Not trying to, yeah, it's gonna look similar because it's godly. It was great at what it did. He was. Them, Nip, all of them. Yeah, it's gonna be sound similar sometimes, because we was taking it from the godly divine energy. No mean what you think about and what they did do and all that stuff. We're not perfect. We're not perfect. They had to, you have to applaud so many of them because they had to work in a world that you see today and the covers pulled back, just nasty as hell. And some of y'all like, damn, you know, we now know Left Eye and all of them, what they had to deal with. And if we was to any of us put ourselves in them shoes, shoot, we'd be on that unsung hero and all. You see what I'm talking about? So this is real. This is our reality, and that's good. That's good. So I leave. Don't want to clarify, church. I don't want to be disrespectful. Because I'm not choosing that avenue like that or feel that that's a necessity for anything. You know, that's not gonna. No. But that should not deter the so many that have associated, been a part of it, know the factors of it, the benefits, know that they're in a position where a place where that it does empower. You know that you got a leadership in there that you can trust. It's not going to abuse you and stuff like that. Hey, man, build in every way, in every form, because we cannot allow ourselves, the minds, to fall in the depths of well, the church been like this, so it ain't gonna get no better. And that, no, don't do that to ourselves. You still honor a discipline of getting up on Sundays, Wednesdays, Mondays, and going and trying. Effort, 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 effort. Because the transformation inside will make everything better for what it and plausible for it. That's not saying that you're not gonna, still have problems. You still, but more people aware and empowered, less problems. More people aware and empowered, less corruption. More people aware and empowered, sometimes brings a lot of less BS, and that's what we need. That's what we need. Yeah. Stay close to family. Know where family at. If you're already even close, be even closer as far as knowing that the day to day, because that's what Miss Guthrie is symbolizing to me right now. Eyes on us. Your state of emergency or the new world of order is trying to curtail crime. We might not like how it's going about it because of a lot of technology, this and that, eyes on, but it's to stop crime in so many ways. Bring it down to a point where that some of the magical and beautiful things can happen in this world. So surveillance state and all that kind of stuff. I know how a lot of people feel about it, but the human nature of people has gotten bold to the point where that the small deterrence that we had put up, many have and stuff like that. Your basic, look at like Miss Guthrie symbolizing it. And it just take your dang, you just gonna take the ringtone off, huh? You see what I'm saying? Just bold. So it's an implication to me that our human nature has gotten so bold as a mass that these things have to be done. It's just our reality. That's our reality. I understand it. But how we going about it is upsetting because, the guinea pig effect. Well, you just a slave or you're a commodity. I'm rich and I can't tolerate that at all. I'm not going to tolerate that. So most God's going to adjust that for us. If they don't adjust it themselves and make it right. But I like I say, people love to live. People love to live. People curious on what the future gonna be, what it gonna look like. So folk gonna do right. I ain't worried about it. I hope this message, like always, touch your mind, body, and soul, sparks something in you. Laughter, peace of mind, information, gems, researchable type material, stuff like that. That's what I aim for. Don't want to ever put out no bull to you. Right? If I'm real with myself, then I'm just gonna be just as real with you. Right? And that's the transformation that we're trying to bring to a little bit of the space that we're trying to build for ourselves. Truthfulness, honestness, folks that seek that within their communities and just overlap, ripple effect. And that ripple effect just allows itself to create a beautiful, beautiful space for so many. Right? Thank you so much to those who do what they do and ensuring that my space is my space. Right? And I hope I extended thank you through Most High, because I know the length that some of y'all had to go and had to fight up against, and family and people you worked against. We talked about this stuff. Heavy, heavy. Believe me, I know. I know. I applaud you. I applaud you. Yeah. should go play some game. Taking this golf. Boy, I don't want to live next to a golf club. All right, y'all. Y'all be good out there. Temple Talk. Temple Talk. I did 2 in 1, so. Y'all have a beautiful Sunday. Rest, relaxation. Watch our babies. Watch yourself. Know where we at. Keep each other in hearts and minds. Be aware that they will be coming harder at us because this is painful for a lot of people. Yeah, agonizing. So us being the other side, pillars and nobles is changing. Right? Change of God. So knowing that, do I have to have a position in life as far as a title to carry on the king, queen concept in our culture that we hold heavy? I'm a king, I'm a queen. Yeah, but what makes you that? Your looks, what you got, what you can attain, your success, what you at, your levels. Because last time I understood about king and queen is they lead. They're the influences of whatever they're over, right? And they want people to look up to and move in their way for the purpose of how we live it, how we move it, right? They are the supporters, they are the energy, they are the caretakers of the people, right? Once upon a time, the king castles and all that stuff would encompass who it is that they take care of. If you outside of this, hey, roll out. But you inside this compound, you are I take care of you. I'm your king, your queen. So if we running around doing that, then in your neighborhood, it's an inherent understanding. It should be for so many. You're king, queen. Yeah, I've reached pinnacles and heights and stuff, and I don't make all the money and stuff, but I make enough, like I make $5 to $10 to $20, so that that's what I'm having in my pocket as a king or queen, and I go amongst my kingdom, and I'm shopping and I'm doing this. What is going on over here? Hey, what you got going on? You eating the grass? Man, take this $10, man, and go get some food, bro. When the last time you ate, man? You can't do everything, and you ain't gonna fix the problem all the way and all that stuff, but you gonna activate as a king or queen in some way or form. That should upset you in your kingdom. But some of us, man, fuck. My kingdom is my block. My kingdom is my gated community right here. That's my kingdom. Well, I lay my head, Sean. That stove and that ain't part of my kingdom. That's all. Okay. Yeah, okay. Everybody's kingdom should have a radius. That's all I'm saying. Because watch this. If it did, and we didn't have to we don't sit there and just rely on the government, the president being the king, your senator being the king, which they are, that's what I'm saying. Your representative being king, because they titles, and it's king, queen. But those of us that don't have that, you're a king and queen because you have a title, but it's kind of like your title, I retired as a janitor. And I can drive around, you're a king. You retired? You 67? Yeah, you a king. You live. You got experience and all that stuff. You do a little bit better than anybody in the community? King, queen. Why? See what I'm talking about? Viewed off the chessboard. Now that's why I leave you. Viewed off the chessboard. Maybe you ain't the king. Maybe you're a rook, a bishop. But you work for who? You're associated with who? Now you understand the circle. Why the circle was so effective. Circle just got tainted, that's all. Let's get back to who we was. Because I never said it wasn't anything was not a viable system. That all of it is viable. All of it worked with the 50-50 yin yang. Can't go all the way corrupt. Gotta have somebody to balance it out. Boom. You doing this? Yeah, but you shouldn't be doing that. Get right. You see what I'm talking about? You ain't doing this? Nah. You should be doing, you see what I'm talking about? Yeah. Love at the highest on. Love you out there. Y'all stay good. Stay great.